Hey Trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Trackies, please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Trackies, the time that we have been waiting for since the year began pretty much for our seniors. We've been dying to see one particular athlete step to the track and show us what she's got. And of course, that is five-time, world champion Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Trackies, we've been dying to see her touch the track. But, she's kept us waiting quite a while, right? However, we did glimpse her trackies over the 200 meters at the national championships. And if that was anything to go by, especially, her 120 in that final of the women's 200 meters trackies, if that is anything to go by, then we can expect something extra special from Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce over the 100 meters tomorrow in Luzern. Now, trackies again, she goes over the 100 meters the first time for 2023. Now, a lot of people, believe that Shelly is over the hill. But, I have my own thought process as it relates to, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and, her being strategic, this season. Again, I solidly believe that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce needs nobody in her race to be able to execute her race completely. And as such, she's become somewhat of a rabbit in a certain sense in these races. So my thought process is, why would I, the type of athlete that I am, confident in, my execution, run in a race with anybody when they're benefiting from me and me not benefiting from them being in the race, right? So come this season, I wasn't really surprised not seeing her. Of course, there were also injury concerns with her as well. And that, led to a lot of people believing that, yes, she's over the hill, but not me. I believe in Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce 100%. Even when she tells me that she injured, I'm telling myself that Shelly good, right? So with that said, again, she lands up in this 100 meters. So we're going to take a look at, who she lands up with. Now, there are three heats here. I do not assume that this is a heat that's going to be leading into any kind of final round. So my assumption is that they're going to be running them as final races. So in the first one, it's a national event, so there are no Jamaicans there. Again, this is in Luzern, Switzerland. So the first heat C, is only women from Switzerland. Now in heat B now, we do have some Jamaicans that turn up here. We have Jonielle Smith and we have Serena Cole, both MVP athletes. So who did they line up with? They line up with the likes of Gina Bass, a very, very strong contender here, Jenna Prandini, Anavia Battle from the United States. So this will be a very good lineup for these athletes. For the most part, these athletes, are in and around, the same times this season. So it will be interesting to see, who really pulls out the win. But if we're going based on season's best, then Gina Bass looks like the clear winner. But I'm liking what I've been seeing from Jonielle Smith. So hopefully I can get another strong performance from her. And let's see what Serena Cole will be able to do in this race as well. I've been excited for her. She's gone pro. Let us see what Serena Cole can do. But I don't really have much expectations from, Serena Cole at this point in the season, right? Next year now is a different story. But for now, anything that she runs, I'm fine with it, right? Moving on to Heat A. Now, this is where, again, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce comes up, trackies, and let us see who she lines up with. She has Melissa Jefferson in this race from the United States. She has Briana Williams, our very own Jamaican, Brap here, lining up. And of course, Mojinga Kambunji from Switzerland is here. We have Morileke Akinison from the United States that's here. Again, Shelly is here. Zoe Hobbs from New Zealand, Natasha Morrison, and Kennedy Blackman from, the United States. And for those who don't know, yes, Natasha Morrison is also one of her own. No, again, there's absolutely nobody that's going to come remotely close to Shelly in this race, I believe. Why? Because the new Shelly that we've become, used to since 2021 is a Shelly that can come out, and run, 10 sixes off the bat, right? So I'm expecting to see a very strong run from Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and I do not believe that there's anybody in this race that will be able to come close to her. Again, why do I believe she's in solid shape? Because if you look back at that first 120, be in that 200 meters in the finals. Remember, she's only run 2 races so far, and in 2 races, she was able to go faster than she's ever run, the first rounds of a 200 meters, her entire career. So, again, this is a good look for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, in my opinion, when it comes to her 100 meters. So, I'm expecting a fast run. Will I see a 10.6? I'm hoping. If I don't get a 10.6, I'm fine. Let's say a 10.7. I'm being safe. I'm going to be a little bit safe when it comes to Shelly and choose a 10.7. Why? Because she's only done 1, 2, 3 races so far. And usually she'll have a bit more outdoor competition before she touches the track with the 100. But let us see. Overall, though, I'm expecting, again, no one to be close to her. She executes a fantastic race all on her own, which made her, quote unquote, now the new rabbit in the 100 meter sprints. And yeah, so what do I expect from the other athletes? We have Briana Williams in this, and we also have Natasha Morrison, as well as Melissa Jefferson, Moraleki Aikinson, and Mujinga Kambunji. Okay, in relation to Briana, I liked what I saw in that 200 meters. Again, she's coming off a lot of injuries. 200 meters is not her focus, clearly, this year as well. But she came out and she gave us a solid run, considering that, as I said in the previous video, I wasn't expecting our athletes to do much in that particular event, considering that they had bigger lineups coming in events to come, right? And this, in my opinion, would be the bigger race for Briana. But still, she came out and she gave a very, very competitive run in that 200 meters. So I'm impressed by that. Now, when I take into consideration that she did an 11:01 at trials, trackies as far as season best as well, coming off, a week where, it wasn't her best. I'm expecting a great run from Brianna. Actually, I'm thinking that she can place second in this field if all bodes well. Let us see. Again, she's, a strong competitor herself. So let's see what she can do here. But I'm going to give her a second. In third place, I'll probably go with Moraleki Aikinson based on, season form as well. Melissa Jefferson, she wasn't so solid in her last run, so I'm not sure what to expect from her in this one. Mujinka Kambunji, she's also struggled this season as well. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, this may be her second race of the season, if not third. So again, not too much expectation. She's just running herself into shape to see if she'll be able to, make a good time for when the World Championships comes around, when she needs to compete for her country. So yeah, I'm not really having too much expectations of her as well. When it comes to Natasha Morrison, no. Again, she's back down to 11.2s, 11.3s. Again, Stephen Francis is saying that, the athletes do not perform well on the circuit because they're leaving their best, or he's prepping them, sorry, for the best performances to come at the World Championships, meaning that they're currently loaded. So the performances that you're seeing do not represent or reflect the best that they have for this season. As it stands, I don't have her placing high. I would love, her to get back down into 11.1s, because if she can run 11.1s, maybe closer to 11s, heavy, it bodes well for what she'll be able to do when she's tapered off and ready to fly, right? So I'm still hoping for a better performance that I saw last time. I think it was 11.3 the last time around. So I'm hoping for anything better than that. But with that said, trackies, that's pretty much how I see this race turning out. Shelly, in the clear win. Again, 10.6 is, what I want to call, but I'm being a little safe and saying 10.7. Then I'm gonna go with Brianna for second, and Moraleki at Kinnison. I'm gonna go ahead and give third in this race. Trackies, now the ball is in your court. What do you think will happen in this race? Do you think, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce will do something absolutely ridiculous and bring us back down memory lane and tell the rest of the world, because I'm not Jamaica, tell the rest of the world that she is good and she's ready to defend her title? Do you think that's going to happen? Or are you expecting something different? I wonder what that could be. What do you think of Brianna? How do you expect her to perform in this race? And of course, Natasha Morrison, as well as the other contenders. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As usual, like the video and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.